Learn podcast. This is a live recording of the podcast. So what you're going to see here is me showing you visuals of what I discussed during the podcast, and you're going to see me looking up and down because of course I'm going to be referencing my notes. So don't mind me in the looking up and down. Just enjoy all the visuals that I've included with this podcast and have a good time with it. Hey guys, welcome back to the What Did We Learn podcast. Today we're going to go over 5 stupid simple tricks to help boost your business growth. So stay tuned, get out a pen and piece of paper or your tablet or laptop and take some notes. As you're building your business, you need to be as organized as possible. The stupid simple way to stay organized in your business is to label everything. I know you're like, really? That's just okay. But seriously, labeling everything saves a ton of time and it really helps you stay on track and stay focused on what's important. And that's getting the job done, delivering higher quality products or services to your customers. So what do I mean by label everything? That sounds very generic. I'm going to give you a couple quick examples that you can use in your business right now to help you get organized. So let's begin. The suggestion that I have for everyone that is trying to figure out how to label things in their business is to look at each individual process that you execute, from closing a deal with a client to getting that high quality product or service in their hands. Every process that you have, you need to write it down and label it. These labels need to be simple. They need to be focused, and if somebody glances at it within the first 5 seconds, they need to understand what that process is about. The simple formula I would suggest that you use to label your processes is at least 3 words in length and fills the formula of what plus how. For example, get leads with a podcast. The what is get leads, the how is with a podcast. Once you have that outline, then you can go in and you can start analyzing your processes. We're going to get to that shortly. This brings me to our next tip, which is leverage your processes. Guys, when you're building a business, what you are doing is you're putting together a set of processes that are going to work together to create some type of business result. Now, that could be completing a sale. That could be as simple as answering the telephone and transferring the call to whoever. The process, just because it is a process, does not mean it has to be difficult. It just has to be organized and it has to be detailed. Guys, everything you do in your business is some kind of process, and that process should be documented. Documenting your processes is a stupid simple way to help you keep your business organized and running smoothly. It also helps you identify fairly quickly when you begin to have issues in your business. The next step is analyzing your processes. Do your processes support a business goal? If the process you're analyzing does not support a business goal, then it should be removed immediately. Keeping processes around that aren't supporting business goals create hidden costs and waste costs and other junk in your business. These are the silent killers that are creating the stress, the chaos, and the confusion in your business that is keeping you from growing. These costs suck up money, time, effort, and energy that can be used towards building your business. Basically, these hidden costs are killing your business growth. Companies waste thousands per year on these type of processes because they're not in check. Here are a few quick tips that I use to help analyze a business system and identify these hidden costs that are unnecessarily siphoning money out of any particular business. When you're analyzing these processes, you need to understand what the process does. Not an overview, you need to understand exactly what the process does. Next, what are the expected results of this process? What exactly is it supposed to do? And then what is it actually doing? Then we need to find out exactly what the process is doing for the particular company. What results are you getting from this process every time it runs? Then we need to decide whether or not those results are helping us get towards any of the business goals that have been outlined. If we're having a hard time getting through step 1, 2, or 3 for any individual process, then it may need to be removed, or at the minimal, it needs to be revamped. This brings me to our next tip. Looks can be deceiving. On the surface, a process may seem like it's satisfying a particular business goal, but once you dig down into it, you realize that the results you're receiving from that particular process is not helping you reach a business goal at all. Guys, this is the number one issue that I see and I've seen in process improvement projects is there are processes in place, but it's not doing what it's supposed to do. And guys, when you have this issue, please take a moment and fix that immediately. Either remove the process, at the very least, shelf it for the time being until you can come back and either re-engineer that process or you decide to remove it entirely. But that process is costing you a lot of time and money that you are unnecessarily spending just supporting that process. Process support is not just money, guys. It's also resources. Like you have someone working that process, or you may be working that process yourself. There are a lot of things that go into the waste cost that we'll save for another podcast, of course, but I just want to make sure that you guys understand how important that is. Now, at this point, you're probably saying, well, Tamara, that's all fine, well, and good, but how exactly are we supposed to be able to identify these processes? How are we supposed to know? Well, the easiest way to determine whether or not you have a good process going on or you have a wolf in sheep's clothing is to track the performance of that process. And when I say track the performance of that process, that's how you're going to determine whether or not that process is meeting a business goal or even satisfying one, period. As you go through and you track these processes, it's going to be revealed to you what this process is worth. And it may be a process that is not necessarily supporting a business goal, but it is helping you achieve something that you may want to add as a business goal. And that's okay too. Those things happen sometimes, especially when you're starting a business and you're building from scratch. Guys, your processes and your systems are not etched in stone. They are fluid, meaning they should change and update the way you change and update as you grow your business. If you are sitting right now using the same processes that you were using at $0 and you're now bringing in even $1,000 a month, you are losing money. You need to go back and you need to go back, revamp, and evaluate your processes to make sure that you are maximizing your spend. You do not want to spend more money than you have to make money. That is the goal. And guys, when you're evaluating the performance of a particular process, here are a few quick questions you can ask to help you make that decision. Question 1, is the process meeting a particular business goal? Question 1, are the performance results meeting your expectations? Why or why not? Question 2, how much does it cost to support this particular process? Is it worth the investment? Question 3, is this process supporting a particular business goal? Which one? How is it supporting that business goal? Guys, I know in that previous set of questions, I know there was it was a compounding type of question combo, but it's very important that you answer those questions in that way to get answers that you can actually use to make smart business decisions. Next tip, leverage your process measurement results to help you make decisions that are more educated than I got 50 likes and 20 hearts, I should do X. I know it's popular right now for people to tell you to use likes and loves to determine the popularity of your social media results. However, there's a lot more to it. If you're not using business accounts on every social media platform for your businesses, I implore you, when this podcast is over, to go out and do that immediately. Those insights are going to help you make smarter business decisions. They're going to help you determine what posts do and do not work for your target audience. They're going to help you understand who exactly is in your target audience. They're going to help you identify who's showing up that you are not necessarily targeting. That's a big one. Those are just some of the hidden metrics that you can find once you start tracking and measuring the performance of your processes. Final tip, diagnostics. When your business performance begins to slump, a lot of us have no idea where to look. We have no idea what to do. When your performance starts to slump, you will be able to go in and use the performance tracking that you have been doing to help you identify where the problems are coming from. This is not a know-all be-all, but this is a great place to begin, because if you can isolate which performance metrics are tanking, then you can start to go out and review those processes and understand where you're having the bottleneck, where the problem is. As you're going through and you're running diagnostics on your business system to find out which areas are performing poorly, brainstorm and revamp those areas to help you keep your business system healthy and keep your business in a growth mode. The goal of business systems is long-term business growth. As long as you're in it for the long haul, then you need to maintain it, and you need to keep a very healthy business system to keep your business afloat. All right, guys, we're going to do a recap of the 5 stupid simple tips that we have to help you keep your business growing. Tip number 1, get organized. Label everything. And remember to use our label formula, which was in our podcast. So go back and take a listen and jot that down if you didn't catch it the first time. Label everything. Use the label formula, help stay organized. Tip number 2, leverage your processes. Guys, your processes are your friend, and if you leverage your processes properly, you can create competition destroying strategies that are customized based on your unique business performance. Tip number 3, analyze those processes. Guys, in order for those processes to work, you got to keep them healthy, which means you have to keep analyzing them and tracking performance. So get in there, make sure that those processes are still working, make sure that they're doing what you need them to do. Feel free to tweak, revamp, or remove as you deem necessary. Which brings us to tip number 4. Get under the hood when you're dealing with those processes. They may look like they're satisfying a business goal, but not necessarily. Guys, every time you go in and you check your processes, always check to make sure that they are continuing to support a business goal. And as your business goals change, make sure you take some time to remove the processes that are no longer serving that particular business goal. And finally, diagnostics. I kind of went over it with the last tip, so we're just going to recap that here because it is super important. Your processes are not etched in stone. As you grow, you need to continue to revamp and reprogram your processes so they continue to save you time, money, declutter your business, and reduce stress. The more you keep your processes updated based on where you are in your business and your business goals, the easier and smoother your business is going to run. Guys, I cannot stress how important that is. Diagnose your business system. Do not run the same system you were running at $0 at $1,000 a month, because you're going to be in chaos. You're just going to be in chaos. All right, guys, those were our 5 stupid simple tips to help you boost your business growth that you can use in your business as soon as you get off this podcast. I would like to invite everyone that is listening to me to join the What Did You Learn family. We post every Tuesday. We put together a guide to help you boost your business growth. Our podcast today came from that guide, and you can get a copy for free at go.diybizowner.com/bio. That is go.diybizowner.com/bio. I will put that link in the description so you can access it. My name is Tamira Corporal. I am the CEO of AccuFigures Inc., a digital consulting firm here in Tampa, Florida. I want to thank you for supporting us, and I will see you next time.